Well, keep this in mind. It's been more than 50 years since the last time delegates walked into the Democratic National Convention not certain about who their nominee would be. While some have tried to compare that scenario to this year, one of the California delegates set to attend the upcoming convention tells me she believes there's a lot of unity in the party and lots of excitement.
I'm ecstatic about what's happening. I'm energized.
That's how Ada Briceño says she's feeling just over 1 day since Vice President Kamala Harris announced her intention to become the Democratic Party's nominee for President of the United States. All of it coming after incumbent President Joe Biden dropped his re-election bid.
I'm Harris all the way.
That's significant because Briceño, an Orange County native, is one of the 5,000 delegates set to attend the upcoming Democratic National Convention in Chicago. In her role there, she and fellow delegates will formally choose the party's nominee. And already, she and dozens of delegates have signed on to this letter endorsing Harris for president.
She's going to fight to win every voter over, to be the nominee and then defeat Trump.
That endorsement comes as several powerful Democrats have also endorsed Harris, including California Governor Gavin Newsom, former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, and Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, not to mention former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton.
I'm very, very optimistic and confident that Kamala will do us all proud as president.
State Senator Scott Wiener also endorsed Harris. He posted this picture on social media and says he's proud to have known her for years since her tenure as San Francisco District Attorney.
She is someone who has very strong values. She is very authentically a supporter of LGBTQ people. She's very passionate about reproductive health access, and she's a career prosecutor who wants to make sure the criminal justice system is working. She's the real deal.
But the chairwoman of the California Republican Party has a different perspective. She makes clear the state GOP stands firm in its support for Donald Trump, regardless of who Democrats nominate.
The problem with the Democrat bench is that every single one of the people that is being talked about to replace President Biden on that ticket would be an absolute disaster. You need to look no further than their policies. Whether it's someone like Governor Gavin Newsom or Vice President Harris, both leaders in California, they have championed all of the policies that have made our state a laughingstock to the rest of the nation.
And the convention is set to begin August 19th. As for Governor Newsom, in an email to supporters, he made crystal clear he fully intends to campaign for Harris. Reporting at the state capitol, covering local news that matters, Eitan Wallace, Fox 40 News.